Welcome to this explainer. I am so thrilled you're here today. Look, if you're like most of us, you probably think of UPI as, the ultimate frictionless way to scan a QR code for your local chai or maybe grab groceries on the way home. But what if I told you that by 2026, it has completely evolved from a local convenience into a literal global travel powerhouse? Today, we're breaking down the exact mechanics of using UPI to book international flights, dodge those massive hidden fees, and even pay for your morning coffee on a layover in Dubai. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's just do a quick run-through of our itinerary for this explainer. 1. The new UPI limits. 2. Where to book flights. 3. The NRI UPI setup. 4. Using UPI abroad. And 5. The ultimate showdown, UPI versus credit cards. So, jumping right into Section 1, the new UPI limits, specifically transaction caps. Because, before you can actually fly, you've got to get past this very first hurdle. To understand where we're at today, we really need to look at how rapidly the NPCI has been expanding this network globally. We went from the foundational NRI setup back in 2023 to a wider network rollout happening in Thailand in May 2026. The progress is just undeniable. But the absolute critical anchor point here, that's September 2025. That is when the NPCI dropped a massive update that completely changed the game for travelers. And that update was raising the per-transaction limit to a staggering 5 lakh rupees as of September 15, 2025 for verified merchant categories. And yes, that explicitly includes flights and travel. You can push up to 5 lakh rupees in a single transaction. Plus, the daily aggregate limit for these verified travel merchants got bumped all the way up to 10 lakh rupees a day. That is a total game changer.
Now you might be thinking, great, I'm good to go. But actually, listen to this experience from Rohan, a student in Dublin. Rohan tried booking a Mumbai to Dublin fare of 112,000 rupees directly on the Air India app, and his payment failed. Why? Because there's this massive bank-level caveat. Banks like HDFC, ICICI, and Axis, they actually still default most savings accounts to the old 1 lakh rupee limit. Rohan had to make a quick 2-minute call to his bank's UPI helpline to get his cap pushed to 2 lakhs. So, pro tip, always call your bank or check your app to increase your limit before you attempt a high-value booking.
Okay, moving perfectly into Section 2, where to book flights, focusing on airlines and OTAs. Let's actually navigate the booking process and some of those varying airline policies. The really great news here is that all 4 major Indian airlines, so that's Air India, Indigo, Akasa Air, and SpiceJet, they all accept UPI payments directly on their websites and apps, with absolutely zero surcharge. But you've really got to pay special attention to Air India's offering. They actively push a promo code, UPI Promo, that delivers up to 2,000 rupees off international fares when you pay by UPI on their app. They also offer up to 2,500 rupees off for student fares and up to 2,000 rupees off per passenger for senior citizens on international routes. That is an incredible, immediate savings right in your pocket. But what if you're flying Emirates, or Qatar Airways, or Lufthansa? Unfortunately, foreign carriers operate their payment gateways entirely outside the NPCI's UPI rails, so they just don't support it directly. But don't worry, you have 3 super simple workarounds. 1. Just book via an Indian online travel agency, or OTA, like Make My Trip, Ease My Trip, ClearTrip, or Paytm Travel. 2. You can use a RuPay credit card linked to your PhonePe or Google Pay. Or 3. Simply split the booking via an OTA that charges in Indian rupees. Now, I have to warn you right now about something absolutely critical when you're dealing with foreign airlines. If you're on the Emirates or Qatar website and you see a button that says Pay in INR, do not click it. I repeat, do not click it. This is the dynamic currency conversion, or DCC trap. Choosing to pay in INR on a foreign site triggers a markup of somewhere between 4 to 8% above the mid-market rate. So on an 85,000 rupee ticket, you're literally penalizing yourself with an extra 3,400 to 6,800 rupees in hidden costs. Always book via an Indian OTA with UPI to get the exact INR rate with zero hidden costs. All right, moving right along to Section 3, the NRI UPI setup, specifically for NRIs abroad. Let's shift gears and look at Indians living overseas who want to finally bypass those incredibly frustrating SIM card restrictions. Okay, so how does this work in practice? It's a completely seamless experience. Thanks to a recent circular, NRIs in over 10 countries, including the UK, USA, UAE, and Singapore, can activate UPI without an Indian SIM card. The setup is just a simple 5-step process. Using PhonePay as an example, you literally just download the app in your country of residence, enter your international mobile number, input the SMS OTP, and boom, the app automatically detects your linked NRE or NRO account. From there, you just set your 6-digit PIN using your debit card details, and you are ready to go. It's that easy.
And look, the financial benefit of this setup is massive. An NRI in Dublin can now pay for a Mumbai to Dublin flight on Make My Trip directly in INR. That means zero Forex conversion fees, which instantly saves you that pesky 2 to 3.5% markup, and it entirely eliminates those frustrating OTP failures from missing Indian SIMs. The only tiny limitation to keep in mind is that this NRI UPI setup only works with Indian UPI-registered merchants. You can't just pay directly at foreign merchants with it quite yet.
So, we've booked the flight. That brings us to Section 4, using UPI abroad, looking at global acceptance. Let's take a little journey to your destination to see where you can actually scan and pay once you land.
By 2026, the global footprint of UPI has become absolutely mind-blowing. It's now live in over 8 countries. In the UAE, you can scan at over 60,000 merchants via the NeoPay network, which is perfect for Dubai malls and taxis. In Singapore, over 12,000 merchants accepted via PayNow, including all those famous hawker centers. And yes, through the Lyre network in France, you can seamlessly make payments literally right at the Eiffel Tower. You can even pay nationwide in Bhutan and across 200,000 POS terminals in Nepal.
Now let me give you some high-value practical tips for when you're actually on the ground. If you have a layover, UPI is live in both the Dubai and Doha airports, so you can totally skip carrying local currency for your coffee or your duty-free shopping. But we do have to manage expectations with a bit of a blind spot. Ireland is not currently in the UPI acceptance network. If you're heading there, you're definitely still going to need a zero Forex card. But wherever UPI is accepted, remember that when you scan, you just enter the amount in the local currency and the exact real-time interbank rate is applied instantly. No DCC traps.
And this brings us to the climax of our explainer. Section 5, UPI versus credit cards, a cost comparison. It is time for the ultimate financial showdown. To see who actually wins, we have to clearly define a strict formula that reveals all those sneaky hidden fees that standard credit cards bake right into international purchases. So your true cost is the base fare plus the convenience fee plus the Forex markup fee, and finally, the GST on that markup. Let's walk through the exact math here. Imagine a 72,000 rupee economy ticket from Mumbai to Dublin via Make My Trip. The base fare is 72,000, but a standard credit card carries a 3.5% Forex fee. That slaps on a 2,520 rupee Forex markup, plus another 454 rupees in GST just on that markup. Add in a 350 rupee convenience fee, and your pie chart is looking heavily sliced by extra charges.
So the crucial point here is the final tally. For that exact same 72,000 rupee ticket, UPI costs exactly 72,150 rupees after a tiny 150 rupee convenience fee. But your standard credit card? That balloons to a total of 75,324 rupees. By simply choosing UPI at checkout, you are saving over 2,400 rupees on a single fare.
So which tool do you pull from your wallet? Honestly, it's highly logical. Use UPI when you don't have a premium rewards card, or when there are active OTA promos. For instance, Yatra recently ran a promo code UTUPI offering 1,500 rupees off, which is a deal simply not available on card payments. On the flip side, only use a premium zero Forex credit card when the accumulated reward points actually beat the upfront base savings you'd get from just using UPI.
Before we wrap, let's run through a rapid-fire checklist so you are completely empowered before your next trip. Number 1, check your bank limits today and request that 5 lakh increase if you need it. 2, enable international usage in your banking app's card settings. 3, always ensure your online travel agency charges you in INR to avoid those nasty markup fees. And 4, when you're abroad, just look for that BIM UPI QR sticker to scan and pay at the interbank rate.
I want to leave you with this final thought. Have you checked your bank's default UPI limit before your next international booking? Seriously, it might just be the one thing standing between you and your absolute dream flight. Take a quick moment to check your app today. And remember, for even more details, deep dives, and to book your upcoming adventures, head right over to myflightoffers.com. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and hey, safe travels.